Good morning, everyone. Today is the last leg of the 3-county challenge, and I'm so excited. It will also end the hike in southern Michigan and begin the West Michigan portion of the North Country Trail. The sun is rising behind me, so I am going due west from my house, which is the first time I'm going directly west from my house without going south first and then west. So I'm very excited about today's hike. We are finishing up Barry County. It's about 14 miles. We're meeting at the Dolan Nature Preserve. It's basically a parking lot on a road. It's like a side parking lot on a road. That's where we're staging our cars, and then we will head back to where we started and then get going on the Paul Henry Thornapple Trail. And I'm very excited because the Paul Henry Thornapple Trail was closed before because of hunting season, and so it has opened up 2 days ago, and so now we can hike it and we can finish up Barry County. I'm very excited, so let's get going on the North Country Trail.
Take the exit.
All right, I just want to give some perspective about today's hike. It is a Thursday. It is the first time I've taken a day off to go hiking. I've never done that before. I am super tired because I woke up at 4 a.m. because my son flew home. He left the house this morning to fly back home to North Carolina. But the weather is almost 50 degrees, and it is December 3rd or something like that. And so the weather is around 50 degrees. This in Michigan is amazing. So I have, because I'm super tired, I'm actually going to be eating an energy bar before I get started. I usually don't eat before I get started. I eat as I'm hiking. I've stopped at a rest area. This is like almost all highway to the point that we're meeting at, which is a miracle because it's only the third time that it's been all highway up to almost the parking lot of where we're meeting at, where I haven't had to like take a bunch of zigzags on back roads to get to our destination. So I'm going to use the restroom real quick, and then I'm going to get back on the highway to meet my hiking buddies so that we can finish hiking Barry County in Michigan. We began our hike on the Thornapple Trail. I was super excited about this and kind of excited to get off of the wet trails that we had been hiking before. For me, I always think there's something cool about hiking on a trail that the North Country Trail shares with other trail systems in the state of Michigan. And this is one that is highly rated that a lot of people like to use. It's a multi-use trail going along the Thornapple River right through the heart of the Thornapple Valley. It's a super cool trail. I mean, this trail dates back to the 1990s, when the Michigan Central Railroad sold major portions of the trail to the state of Michigan and the Thornapple Trail Association for this to be built. It connects Vermontville, Hastings, Middleville, Kentwood, and eventually it wants to connect to Eaton Rapids and to Grand Rapids, eventually being 42 miles long.
NCT.
Is that? It is. Look at that.
Oh, I've never seen one of that.
It's even on the top.
Nice.
They've got it at the Prairieville parking lot. They've got the same thing. Our hike started at Macan Road. That's where we parked our cars, and that's where we started. So that is where the North Country Trail intersects with the Paul Henry Thornapple Trail, and that's where we started our hike today. It's super beautiful because it goes along the Thornapple River. This river is 88 miles long, and it's a tributary to the Grand River, which is the river that's near my home. So I found that out and thought that was pretty cool. So we were on the trail, and it has some leaves on it. There's a couple of fallen down tree trunks and branches that we've noticed along the way. We saw a white-tailed deer jump across the pathway, and it is a beautiful section of the trail. There's some white birch trees here as well, and I can't imagine what this is like during the fall. Again, like I would say in every single video, I would walk every season of the North Country Trail in Michigan because every season is going to be absolutely beautiful. We got the sun shining. It's about 48 degrees and I'm gonna get warmed up here pretty quick and be taking off my my winter cap. As soon as I said that, I took off my hat. About ready to get rid of my husband's jacket too. And we're only about 3 miles into this, and we have another 11 to go. So it is warming up on a Michigan Thursday morning and feeling really good on the trail. I don't know what this is for, but I was born in 1971, 50 years old this year, so gotta take a video of this.
I found out later that those are property line markers, and these are markers along here from where the railroad used to be. That was my research on Google. So if you know something more than that, or if I'm wrong, please comment below and let me know. And also, while you're at it, please like and subscribe to this channel. I'd really appreciate it.
Look how gorgeous this is. We have a beautiful breeze this morning. It is wonderful.
There was a storm that had come through here, and so as we were walking, we saw workers going along here moving the tree trunks that had fallen down from the storm. There were quite a few of them, and so that was cool to see them cleaning up after the storm. There's also super cool birdhouses dotted along here, and I try to show you that as we're walking on this trail.
Bev has spotted a blue herring. Where is he?
It's that vertical thing that's like 20 feet left of the pile. You don't think it's a stump? No, I think it's a bird. I thought I saw him move when I first looked at it. But they hardly move. Yeah, I know, right?
Don't see it moving.
You see it moving?
It's not moving. I don't see it moving.
I think that's his back to us.
And I can't tell because I'm zoomed in as far as I can.
I can't see it. Okay.
Usually they move a little.
I really enjoyed this little section here just before we got to Middleville, just checking out the area and trying to find wildlife.
Oh, I see it. See the sun shining down? Oh, that's a duck.
That's not a duck, is it? Oh, how disappointing. No, in front of it. In front.
Yeah.
That's a beaver.
Yeah, you're right. Oh, is it? Or is it like, hold on. There's two of them. Oh.
What are
That's a
those?
muskrat. That's
Muskrat.
muskrat, yeah.
It's just one for you.
Yeah, that's a muskrat. And that's probably, because that's what I was trying to figure out. That's probably a muskrat home. That big thatchy thing.
Oh, okay. Look at this lovely surprise.
It's around 3.5 miles from where we parked to Middleville. So we have plenty of opportunity for bird watching and stopping to see all of the nature that was around us. And yes, it slowed us down a little bit, but we didn't care. We wanted to take in everything that we were seeing on the way.
What a beautiful hike. I can see why we passed by a guy who had his binoculars and a real camera. How cool is this?
Oh, hey, look.
Holy cow, look at that.
It would be cute to get those against the blue sky.
Are they egrets?
Oh, get a picture of them against the
I
sky.
had the camera.
Oh my goodness, so pretty.
As we watched these birds and we approached Middleville, I started reflecting about how awesome the trails are in Michigan that lead you through all these small communities that I've had the chance to walk through since I started hiking the North Country Trail.
That's cool. That is in Hebrew up there. May peace prevail on the earth. We are coming up to our first NCT kiosk.
leaving the natural area of the Paul Henry Thornapple Trail. Thank you, Bev. Every time I see a kiosk as I approach it, I feel a sense of accomplishment from where I started hiking and a sense of belonging to the community. At the time I walked through this section, I was a newly elected public servant in my township, and I had previously retired from my position working there, where I had worked there for 25 years. And so walking through here and walking through every community, I can really appreciate what they've built. And Middleville was one of the most impactful places that I had walked through. You could really tell how much they loved their community as I was walking through here. Middleville is the 6th trail town that I've walked through since I started the NCT at the Michigan-Ohio border. A trail town is a community that supports the North Country Trail, where the North Country Trail runs through it. It supports hikers with its services, it promotes the trail to its citizens, and it embraces the trail to be celebrated and protect its resources. Walking through Middleville, it is probably the best example that I've seen of supporting NCT hikers along the trail.
Man, they've got a plaque and a sign for everything, don't they? This place is great. Even that picnic table has a sign. We are still following the Paul Henry Thornapple River Trail. This is on the west side of downtown Middleville.
This is the parking lot at Crane Road. Now, Crane Road is the end of the Thornapple Valley Trail that the North Country Trail follows along. So we started at Macan Road, and then we followed the Thornapple Valley Trail all the way to here, which is Crane Road.
We are on Crane Road. So after you get off the Paul Henry Thornapple Trail, you go north onto Crane Road, and there's a pretty wide bike path, which is great along the road. So we'll be along this for a little bit until we make our next turn. Look at this house. Oh, this thing is cool. Wonder how old it is.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I bet it's at least 100 years old.
Across that crossroad there is where we were. designated bike path on the street, and now it's turned into an NCT pathway. So now we're back on a pathway, which we are happy for. And we will continue on this for quite a bit. I don't even think we're halfway through. And it's taking us quite a long time to walk this because we have stopped 1,000 times to take pictures of all of the birds on the Thornapple Valley Trail. Getting off this road. That hill behind us right there, it was murder. It was so like right up in your face. Now we're going onto a trail. We're getting off this road right here and going onto a trail. Yay! Ooh, and it's muddy. It is muddy right here. It has gotten some water. Ooh. I'm sure the snow just melted right here. Bright red, not good. Speckled, good. Bright red, not good. So we'll ignore those and keep walking. We're sliding down that hill with that snow melt and it being 50 degrees today. It's a little muddy underneath these leaves. This is our second log that we've had to climb over. But these woods actually remind me of home. We have a park called Ted Black Woods, and the trail through there is gorgeous. Tons of super tall trees, tons of leaves, super peaceful. This kind of reminds me of that. A lot of trees falling down. This one you gotta duck under. Wow. Look at this. How far down that goes. It's gorgeous. Gotta be careful not to slide down this. It's wet. Wow. All these little teeny tree trunks in here. Isn't this a beautiful tree? I mean, this section in here is gorgeous. Look at this river. You can hear the water rushing, you can hear the water melting. It is so cool. I love the sounds of nature. Very cool in through here. This could be my favorite section of the trail. Just for the mere fact that I love listening to the wind through these trees and listening to that water. This could be my very favorite section of the trail. Gorgeous. And it's also not a paved trail. It's a natural trail. I love natural pathways. So in through this part, I can tell that they put up some natural barriers
You can tell that they really don't want people to be going down to the water through these sections and to stay on the pathway. And there is some water on that side too. We have water on either side of us. Alright, I gotta catch up with my group because I stopped and took too many pictures. Now I'm way behind. Here's another tree trunk that's fallen over the path. This is beautiful moss, as Leslie pointed out. Wow, there are so many downed trees in here. You really do need to be careful. There's a lot of obstacles. Up we go again. This is uphill and downhill. Lots of rocks, lots of tree roots. Muddy because of the melted snow. Okay. I feel so accomplished just finishing that trail. And now we've got a sock. Not quite sure what that's about. Somebody's missing a sock. All right. Moving on from that section. I'm on a very muddy road. Glad I have my boots. Until we get to the pathway. Woo. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to clean these boots. Wow. Back into the pathway.
I don't remember walking these woods at all, but I'm sure I have.
Very muddy right here. I'll just go on this side. Look at my shoes. I'm carrying this with me.
Oh, I should wait.
I wonder if I can make it over to this side. That's prickly. Ugh. In here I thought it was drier than the other trail. Wet. Imagine if there's more than 3 inches of snow, what this is like when it melts. I'm gonna come back and have something to say to these vines if I've got any snags in my pants from having to walk on the side. Woo! Holy muddy, prickly area. But it's still lovely. Just gotta be careful. Watch your step. If it isn't frozen hard, it's gonna be muddy and slippery. And if you try to walk on either side, there are prickly vines on either side. It's gonna snag your pants. Okay. Happy hiking on. coming. Right here.
That was a beautiful section that we hiked through the Middleville State Gaming Area. Just really lovely. Then we came up to Johnson Road and we had to hike along Johnson Road for about a mile and it was pretty muddy. We then headed on to West Garbo Road, hoping that it wasn't as muddy, but that was just as muddy as the previous road.
That was a very muddy road. So we are coming up to a turn, if you can see right there, North Country Trail. We are coming up to a turn and we will be going onto a paved road. I'm telling you, my shoes are completely covered in mud. I don't know if you can see that. I'm gonna have a lot of cleaning to do. So if you do this section between Paul Henry Thornapple Valley Trail and where we parked, which is the sanctuary, just know this is a muddy section. The nature trails are muddy. This road is super muddy, and so wear your boots on this section. My knees are gonna be happy to get off that road and onto this.
This road takes you back through the Middleville State Gaming Area, and so you will hear a lot of gunshots as we are walking through here.
Look what has come out for us at the end of our hike. The sun. We are at the last leg of our hike, and luckily it is on this 2-track dirt road because my knee started to buckle when we were on the paved road. And so when we got on this 2-track dirt road, I was so happy to get back into something a little softer on my knees. I mean, yeah, it's muddy. You can see it's muddy, but it feels much better on my knees. My shoes. I'm gonna have a massive cleanup job for my shoes. But yeah, we're almost done with this hike, and we're already talking about our next hike, which should take us to the National North Country Trail headquarters. So it would be really cool if they were open in December and we could actually stop in there and check out the headquarters. So we are going to be very hopeful about that. All right, almost finished up. Look at this. I can't really explain what that looks like, but I mean, it's gotta be hard on these cars. Back there is where what we think a deer was gutted back there. So yeah, you gotta be careful so you don't slip on this. Whew. It is muddy, but like I said, soft on the knees. So I'm going to be very, look at that. I'm going to be very grateful.
We are coming up to 108th Street, which is the county line between Kent County on the north and Berry County on the south, which signifies the completion of me hiking the 3-county challenge.
All right, we have made the turn right there, 108th Street. So we're almost there. Boom, boom, boom. Couple more miles.
On 108th Street, not only does it signify the dividing line between the 2 counties, but there's also a parking area.
Right back there is the entrance to the Meyer Bird Sanctuary Trail, which leads to the parking lot that we are at. So, but the North Country Trail goes on the road. So we're gonna stay on the North Country Trail, even though that Sanctuary Bird Trail looked much prettier. We're gonna stay on the North Country Trail, and we are almost to where our car is. I dropped my phone on this road, not this particular road, but the one around the corner, and the last road that we were on. And it's dirt, but it's like almost concrete, because my phone went smack real hard, and I have a gigantic, like this, like huge crack in my screen. I can't even see half the screen, so I'm gonna have to fix that tonight. But I'm still in a super good mood because we've almost finished this 14-mile hike on the North Country Trail, which puts me into Atterbury County, into Kent County, and done with the 3-county challenge. So I'm almost there, and I'm so excited. We're on Baker Street. We're on Baker Street, finishing up Berry County. I know, now we're in Kent County. I'm so excited.
You made your county challenge.
Who's excited for me? Who wants to be on video? Who's excited? Obviously as excited as I am. Yay! I'm so excited. We are nearing the end of the hike. We are getting so close. We just have this little short walk along this road to go. And these cars are fast. We gotta share the road. Woo. It's Coldwater River. I think that's the shallowest river I've ever seen. That's weird. That's how we do it. It's like randomly placed or something.
Right there, there's a little marker.
Yeah, we go through here? Or is that the next start? Doubling back on this trail. It's a trail connector that they're working on. Which is super cool and way better than walking on the road.
We made our way back to our cars, finishing my 14th hike on the North Country Trail and 14 miles on this day. Join me next time as I hike the North Country Trail.